All right. All right, we are live again. We are back. Welcome to the Sunday sermon, everyone. This is Brother Derrick, Minister Brother Derrick. And, you know, I want to come to you. And I want to tell you things that you can use and things that will get you to have a connection with Jesus and God. So I wrote this. So I hope y'all enjoy it. So let's get to it. St. John wrote that Satan accuses us believers before God day and night. The Lord depends on us to do what is right. But our flesh is not tough enough to stand alone. We lean on Jesus so that we're no longer prone. See, if you're slack, you're vulnerable to attack. In many ways, men today are slaves to the greediness of his flesh. Money, women, and cars. Sports, pornography, and bars. But these are the things that God hates. So he separates and chastises us till we change our ways, humble ourselves and pray. Remember, the house on the hill, you can't take it with you yet. All right, put the new chat in. That caddy with the grill, you can't take it with you. Gold, stock, and dollar bills, you can't take it with you. Only your heart and your thoughts and your attitude will prove your place in heaven or the fires of hell. I wish you peace, and I wish you well. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, your creed or race. By believing in Jesus, we're all going to the same place. And that's good to know that God loves us all, black and white, short or tall. He only asks us to be more like him. Then you won't want to sin. Let God into your heart and make a fresh start. You have a clean slate. Jesus' blood makes you pure in God's eyes. So stay vigilant and keep the evil at this world at a distance. Ignore the devil's resistance. He's hoping that you slip. Yeah, all right, that is. That your faith is stripped away from God's grace. So cling to Jesus. He'll mediate on your behalf. The devil has many demons on his staff. Scouting, shouting things in your ear, chipping away at your self-esteem while you daydream. So be alert, live up to the Father, and tell Satan in his arms, man, don't even bother. But I say this, that house on the hill, you can't take it with you. That caddy with the grill. If y'all look on the screen, you see that is 2 bars here. The one up top is the microphone. The one down here is the desktop audio. What plays through the computer. And only if something is playing on the computer will it show up. We're all moving to the same place. And you see, I got it muted. See the red? If I unmute it, you'll see it come back. So that was the problem. But there's nothing harder than standing up to God. Evil is rampant. Even our nation today, morality is gone. That's why our society says no right or wrong. Fulfill your wants. Go along with the crowd. Fulfill the wrath of that tongue. This country is going to hell in a basket, no a casket. And if you speak, you're labeled a fanatic, a Bible quoting, scripture quoting do-gooder, who's living in a fantasy world, waiting for a heaven that never comes. But God's will be done. You can't stop it. You're on the wrong side. Swallow your pride and humble yourself. Ignore the traps of this world. Study the word and let the knowledge unfurl. Because I'm telling you, that house on the hill, you can't take it with you. That caddy with the grill, you can't take it with you. Those stock and dollar bills, you can't take it with you. Only your heart and your thoughts and your attitude. Which one? We got 2 of them. I wish you peace and I wish you well. This is Minister Brother Derrick, and this is the new theme song for our Sunday sermon in the Bible study. Peace, everybody. Much love to you. All righty. Alrighty, y'all. Like I said, we had the two different volumes going on. That's what caused the problem. Yeah, I saw it and it really stood out. I like this one and I like the other one. For some reason, they added the pause feature, the pause recording feature, and that's how I was able to put all those clips together. And as usual, now it vanished and we can't get it back. It vanished. I've been trying to get that pause feature back. It won't come back. So what I did was I just recorded them. I put them on the Windows Media Player and then I had them playing. And that's how I was doing it. But I don't like how that looks. I'll show you what I mean. See? And so I was able to put them there. And so you can see them in succession. Or otherwise, I would have to have them apart. But the problem is, I got to release it, then hit the record button. So you might miss something, so you got to hit record first. And that's why you see me doing that. When it's in, you'll actually see me doing it. Yeah. It only happens once. But see, I hit record. Which I don't like. I think that's tacky. That's just my opinion. I think that's tacky. But, you know, you have to do what you have to do. So, all right, y'all. Let's get back to the sermon. But I'm glad we got that problem fixed. So let's get back. Scream made me realize that I was holding women to a... Wait a minute. We got to start over, don't we? Start on it. And I tied... Hold on. Show. Welcome to the Brother Derrick Show. Welcome to Sunday Sermon. We got a great Sunday sermon for you today. You're probably wondering, why is there a split screen on the animations that I have on the screen? Well, I'm going to explain. We got two parts to today's sermon, and I hope that y'all bear with me. I'll try not to be long and hold y'all up. I know y'all want to watch the football and whatever else, so we're trying to get this in here. It's raining here, but it's supposed to stop between 9 and 11 and then start again. Yesterday, test was a fail, but there were a couple things that led to that. Number one, I was using the camera phone a lot before I came out. We're not going to do that tonight. Okay. We're going to charge it, turn it off, and let it rest at least for an hour before we go out. That's number one. Number two, the microphone. I had it right here around my neck. We got to put it in deeper, because you was able to hear the cars driving by. Number three, we had a problem with a cord. Only one cord would work with the big power bank. So I switched lights again. I took the one that we had off the handlebar, the one that requires a power bank to run. And I took the white power bank that we had in the front of the bike and I tied it to the helmet. And so now we got that double-sided light is on the helmet. We still got the light at the back of the helmet, and we got the power bank on the side. So when it stops raining tonight, we'll go.
Hold on a sec. The people were saying that my voice was too loud, so that's why I turned it down.
Well, test that. But I wanted to get the Sunday sermon in early today. Like I said, I was up about 9 this morning, and I was going to do the sermon at 10.
Yeah, I ain't know that either. Thanks, man.
And I had a whole different thing, but I fell asleep, and I had a dream that was inspired, and it actually covered the past 3 months and our journey. And I realized from the dream, because the dream took me to the one place that I swore I would never go. I swore I would never embarrass my family, even though they don't deal with me. I would never embarrass them by going to jail. My mother told us when we were young, whatever you do, don't get locked up. Don't embarrass the family name. What's going on, Tony? Well, guess what? Brother Derrick got locked up. Mistaken identity. Who the heck look like me? I got locked up. And I spent a lot of the dreams recapping what we had done on YouTube the past 3 months, and also trying desperately to prove I didn't belong there. I also found myself working out a lot. And I was handling my business up in the prison. I was beating the crap out of people. But I didn't belong there. There was a woman who I believe I have never stopped loving. This is the second part of the sermon, but I'm going to get it out the way first. And the actions of that woman has put every other woman.
All right, y'all, let's pause there for a second. Let's let me show Taurus what I'm thinking about. When I say poetry versus rap, it's a struggle every day to stay on course. I'm behind the enemy lines, so I use the word of God as my force, my resource, becoming immune to the negativity that surrounds me. The devil has a bounty on my head. Sometimes I dread coming outdoors. I feel like I've been drafted for war, but it's okay. The devil can play his mind games, but he can't hurt me where it counts, and that's spiritually. He tries to distract me, physically, financially, but these things don't mean jack to me. I turn my back to thee. It's not easy. It's in man's nature to be greedy, to want what we can't have, but material things mean nothing to me. Don't make me laugh. A Buick or a Benz, what's the difference? It's all show. Both take me where I got to go. But if I cheat or steal, then I lose God's protection. For a house or a Lexus to be under the direction of a sick demon whose goal is to own my soul. No thanks. I roll with the Lord. who is in control. If you think witnessing to your neighbors is weird, think of foreign countries where statues of idols are revered. Nations of people who don't know God, only mythical characters like Apollos, Baal, or Zod. Most Americans believe in one Lord, one superior being. Christians should be scoring up souls by the millions, but we spend our time fulfilling the desires of our flesh. We won't give Jesus our best effort, but we ask for blessings that we don't deserve. And then you wonder why our prayers are not heard. In church, you put down those who you really admire. You know you have a desire to make that easy money, drive the fancy cars, be treated like a star when you enter the bars or clubs. Deep down, your spirit isn't for God or his ways. So why should anybody listen to anything you got to say? People say keep it real. Well, here's the deal. If you are not saved, you are missing out. If you're not born again, your future is in doubt. Your body wasn't made to last. When your time comes, it will be reduced to ash. Your flesh will rot, but your light will not. You know your soul will go on forever. So you better realize that you need God, or you'll be surprised by the pain of a flame that never goes out. The pits of hell, where the heat swells up. There's no relief, not a moment of peace. The agony and the cries never cease. And someone's in the background singing, burn, baby, burn. This isn't normal. Burn, baby, burn. I'm a walking inferno. But seriously, this will happen if Jesus come back and find you napping. See, nobody knows the time of day. But if you follow the word, it won't matter anyway. Because in heaven, no one will ever be sick or shed a tear. So in this realm, I show no fear. What you gonna do? Kill me? You make me a martyr? Give me a head start? Put me on the fast track? So keep macking, keep stacking, keep on shacking up. But get caught napping and the jig is up. If saving souls is a bore, I ask you, what are you fighting for? A man who has nothing valid to stand up to will fall for anything, for he is empty. Will spend his time trying to find something to fill that void. God gets annoyed because we don't seek him first. Instead, we thirst and give in to our lust. On every dollar it says in God we trust, but man values money much, much more. You can be sure that the pleasures that money brings can distract, but face the fact that cars, women, and weed doesn't fill the need. You're still not full. See, that's how the devil pulls you in. Your flesh is satisfied, but inside you're still hollow. God sends you people to help you, but you won't follow. Satan takes your guilt and builds up a wall. You think you got it all, but slowly everything falls. You lose your job. Your mom gets robbed. Your boy gets shot. You get locked up. Your girl gets knocked up. You get beat up by the other man she's dating. Nothing in your life will ever be right until you accept God's grace. They don't have a title. I actually wrote some stuff at random, and then I broke them down into songs. These are actually a lot of these lyrics are in the songs. I was just showing her, you don't need the music because it's poetry. It's not rap. There ain't no heebie-jeebie, and I got the sir up and the her up, and then we going down. I got the, no, there ain't none of that. It's just poetry to music. So y'all was able to understand the lyrics that I said nice and clearly. Now you said, oh, so you title. Well, that's what I was trying to explain to MATC last night. Because he asked me, Was I a battle rapper? No, but if attacked, I can handle my own. But the lyrics that I say make so much sense. Most battle rappers really won't be able to hang. Because I'll be hitting them with nice, clear zings. And they got to put all that street slang and all them slurs in there. And I would just keep beating them upside the head, just keep pounding, 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 and beat them into submission. Because after they say, oh, you're short, and you're fat, and your teeth, after that, then what? But I would just keep coming. I could just look at them, watch how they move, listen to what they say, and just beat them upside the head. Every word they come out their mouth, I just turn it around and throw it back at them. And after a while, they're going to quit. So I said, what I told you, you don't need the music. So says, yes, without the music. Oh, wouldn't it be? You said the music didn't coincide with your poem. Well, you hope that people will hear the music and then maybe they will hear the words later on. Because most people, the words don't touch them. But if they like the music, they'll listen. I remember back in 1988, I was talking to a young lady and she was talking about rap music and she said, yeah. And I said, you really listen to that? She said, yeah, because they be cursing in it. And I like to hear the curse words. And then later on, I actually understood what he was saying, but I was only playing it for the curse words and I like the beat. And then later on, I heard what he was saying and he was saying something really good. But you know, like I said, I like the curse words and the beat. So, you know, you hope if somebody just listened for the music, maybe they'll hear the words. That's what you hope. All right, y'all. So, you said with the music, it drove me crazy. I didn't get to concentrate on anything you were saying. How's baby said, well, we not doing ghetto up in here. Yeah, you'd be surprised at how many people just listen. You know, this was back in '88. You gotta remember, this was new. People didn't cuss on records. People didn't cuss on records until the '80s, the late '80s. People didn't curse on records. When somebody did it, you know, to them it was something new. You know, when the 2 Live Crew came out and were doing all that nasty talk, you know, people listen to it. Now, you hear about the 2 Live Crew? It was a fad. I ain't saying they still can't do records, but it was a fad. If they came out now, it wouldn't get the attention that it got back then because it was something different. You know, it was something new. You know, nowadays somebody look at you crazy. Like, what? Really? You gonna pop what? You know, it's AIDS out here. You talking about popping it. No, you need to lock it. All right, y'all, let's get back to the sermon.
On shaky ground. Because as you try to fill that void, you start to see the imperfection of the women around you. This dream made me realize that I was holding women to a standard that the woman who I thought I wanted so badly couldn't hold herself. Think about that for a second. I'm holding every other woman to a standard that the woman that I wanted couldn't hold herself. So I'm in prison, but somehow I'm never behind bars. I can roam around there freely. I don't ever remember actually being in a cell. But I'm still mentoring people. I'm helping people. I'm also working on my self-defense. And this woman actually came to the prison to see me. And she goes, I know you didn't do that. I did. But I used your name. I'm sitting in the prison, what can I do? I can't, we were between the glass. For her visit, I was behind the glass. But the last visit I got, I wasn't behind the glass. I don't know how that worked. I guess it was to keep me from getting to her and choking her out, I guess. And being stuck in there even longer. But by me mentoring, I drew the attention of another lady. And we developed a rapport. And that's why it's two ladies on your screen. I had to find somebody that looked like the two women. Now, you see that there's two women on the screen, and that's the closest I can find to the two women. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. The one with the dark hair, that's the one who, while I was in prison, I actually started a relationship with. But I would still hold her at bay. Because deep down, whether I wanted to admit it or not, even though the woman is the reason why I was sitting in there, part of me still wanted her. Let that marinate for a second. So she came to see me. The one with the dark hair. And I told her the reason why I was holding back in that relationship was because deep down, part of me still wanted the other girl. The reason why I'm sitting here. And I started to tell her that maybe we should start. And she vanished. And I don't know where she went. And I'm walking around the prison trying to find her. And then a CEO tells me, you have a visitor. I said, no, I'm trying to find her. He said, no, you got another visitor. It's a young lady that you was helping, and she's actually started a little family planning center. And she wants to see you. So
Thank you, Charles, baby, for the donation.
For the other woman. When that woman sat down, I forgot about everything. And I told her, I said, you see me at my lowest right now. I'm sitting here in orange. But I tell you this, I've only got 2 more months to do. If you will wait for me, I will be the best husband that's ever walked on this earth. And we're going to take your family center and we're going to make it the biggest in the city. But more importantly, I want us to raise a family together. Here's the reason why I'm sitting here. I needed to see what I couldn't see. And while I was able to get around, I never stopped long enough to look. But now that I can't get around, I'm seeing everything. And I see me and you together for the rest of our life. And I got out.
Thank you,
And
Charles.
we dated for a year. We got married. We had 2 beautiful kids. And that family center that she started, we turned it global. We made it countrywide, then global. Made me realize something.
No, Tars, I received it, and I'm going to the market with it.
When you wait for something to come,
I want y'all to realize something. The woman that actually had got me locked up, the one that I like, she resembles the heavyset woman right here. The woman with the dark hair is the woman who, while I was mentoring, she was coming in and mentoring also. And I developed a relationship with her, but something kept holding me back. The lady with the curly hair, that's the one. That I wound up in the dream with at the end. So yeah, I went from 2 tons of fun to die piece of the dream.
While you looking at something else, it's not going to happen. You have to go out and find that person. That person is here in Baltimore somewhere, and I'm going to find her. And I pray that when I see her, I recognize her.
No, I ain't never done time a day in my life. I ain't never been locked up. It was a dream. It was a dream. I was setting up for the Sunday sermon, and I laid down for a minute, and I had a nap, and I had that dream. Think about it. During this whole time, you never hear me say anything about being behind bars. I was never in a cell. I was always walking around the prison, working out, mentoring. I never sat in a jail cell the whole dream. Seriously. I never sat in a jail cell the whole dream.
Are you with the right mate? Is the person you with the person you supposed to be with? Or does society tell you that's the person you supposed to be with? Does your culture tell you that that's the person you supposed to be with? Do your friends or co-workers tell you the person you should be with? Or are you with the person that God intended for you to be with?
You heard me say, Naya, I wouldn't embarrass my family. You heard me say that's one of the things that our mother drilled in us. Do not embarrass the family by becoming locked up. Your uncle has been locked up the majority of your childhood for doing something stupid. Don't follow him. My aunt was locked up a lot, doing stupid stuff. You know what I mean? So it was drilled into us.
That's our second topic of today. But before we can get to that, that was just a little preview. Before we get to that, we got to deal with the first topic. Do you love God with all your might, with all your energy, with all your soul, with all your being? Or do you just love God when you think about it? Or when you're in trouble? Or when you're in church? Or even when you just watch this show? You just think about God on Sunday?
Liz, I don't know. The dream didn't tell me. That's why I said I was in the prison, but you know, I there was never no scene of me sitting in the jail cell. There was never no scene of anything. Like, if you go watch Oz or something like that, it was nothing like that. That's how you know it was a dream. And by me never being there, I wasn't able to put that in the dream because I never been there. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, maybe if I had been locked up, it'd be more graphic because I'd be able to dream about the things that I saw, but I've never been locked up. You understand what I'm saying? I've never been sitting inside a jail cell. So, you know, it was hard to dream about something you never experienced with that kind of detail.
Do you really love God and Jesus with all your heart? With all your might? You have to believe that Jesus Christ came down here and died for you. You have to believe that he took Adam's place. You have to believe that. You have to accept him and want to follow his teaching. That opens up the road to accepting God in your life, or God accepting you. We as human beings, we are not capable of loving God with all our might. We standing alone are not capable. But what are you talking about, Brother Derrick? Well, listen, we're not capable. We don't have it in us. We selfish. We evil. We do what we want. Or what we think we want. The only thing that God requires of us gets in our way. Think about it for a second. We can take YouTube for a second. Something positive on, or is some drama on. Which way are you more likely to go? On that drama, you're not going to learn nothing but a couple of new cuss words. Because that's what we like. We like drama. We like getting involved in other people's business. We like being nosy. We do things that we like, things that we find pleasurable.
Y'all know this video old. Look who in the chat. Look above my head.
Well, I'll tell you something, if that is the real trip or if it ain't. I think a couple of the things that you said rang out. It was wrong, but it rang out. Especially you. Because there have been a lot of women that I've come into contact with, and I've always been sitting back, looking at them, studying them, instead of really giving them a chance. I'm going to start doing that. But let's stay on this topic before we get to the other one. I want to stay here because it's very important. We do not have the ability to love God with all our heart. We don't love our mates with all our heart. We don't love our children with all our heart. As human beings, we are not capable alone of doing that. We are very selfish beings. And we have something that we call rationale. We can rationalize. Well, I give him the school books. He got a nice place. Got a place to live. Got video games. Got clothes. But don't want to do what I'm demanding that they do. They got to go. You got to hit the road. If you love your child unconditionally, those words will never come out your mouth. Because see, when people or things don't do or go the way we say, we come up with a reason to get rid of it. So as hard as it is to live down here on this earth, how can you say that you love Jesus and God with all your heart when you've never seen them? But you got people that you see every day and you turn your back on them. You got neighborhoods where you live at. You see they running downhill. You act like you don't see it. So if you can't give the things you see all your time and attention, how can you give something that you've never seen before all your love and attention? Somebody talk to me.
Good point.
What's going on, Brian? Somebody talk to me. If you go walk out the house right now,
I hope so too, Naya.
and see something going on and keep walking.
I don't know. I haven't met her yet. Did you watch the video yesterday? The live, not yesterday, the day before. About the landlord and the key. That was her brother that I was talking to. So I haven't met the lady yet. And I hope she don't complain about us doing the show. I don't think we can do any more late shows. I got a neighbor now.
How can you love with all your heart, something you've never seen. How can you love somebody you never seen with your own eyes?
Hey, guess what, y'all? I called the pharmacy. And I said, okay, I'm not going to be able to get, you won't get the doctor's authorization. Because I didn't notice. It says no refills, right? So I called them and I said, well, this morning, how much would it cost? But they said they wasn't going to open the box and let me have a couple for the weekend. They could have opened the box up, let me have a couple out the box, and then they could have went on and sold it to me Monday when they got the authorization. But you know, they ain't going to go out on a limb. And they said that they're not going to open up a box. So I said, well, how much is a box? You know what they said? $55. $55 for a box of insulin needles. $55. Y'all believe that? So Monday morning, when we get the authorization, we're going to go down and we're going to get this, the spironolactone and the insulin pens, and then whatever left out the money that Charles just donated, then we'll go to the market. Should be like $3 or $4. We'll be able to get something. But I couldn't believe that. This box costs $55. It ain't nothing but needles. Now, like I said, the phone, for some reason, the phone part wasn't working. Because I put the order in on Thursday. As soon as I stopped the show, y'all was with me Thursday. When I was sitting on the step all that time, waiting for they got to bring the key back. When I came upstairs, I called the pharmacy and I ordered them on the automated system. Because there was no refills, the computer put it to the side. So when I called yesterday and said, how much is it? After we finally got the phone working, now you notice that the phone didn't start working until it was too late. Because they opened from 8 to 4:30. And the phone started working at 4:20. I called every number I knew. Nobody would answer the phone. Because it's Friday. They ready to go out there and do their thing. But I left messages and they faxed over. And they didn't return it. So we got to go the whole weekend without any needles. Now, at least now I got the money for the needles. I think they only cost like $7 to $8 with the Medicare and my cut of it. Whatever 80% of $55 is, that's what they cost. But that just show you how things work. Now, as I say, it was amazing how we never had a problem with the phone part. We had a problem with the data. We never had a problem with the phone part. But the one time we needed to make that phone call, the phone didn't work until it was too late. So I'm going to do something that's very dangerous. Luckily, I had one needle left, and I'm going to clean it and just use it until Monday. And hopefully I don't get an infection. You're not supposed to reuse them. That's how a lot of junkies get those infections and have those, nasty looking arms by using the same needle over and over again. So it's risky, but we're gonna do what we got to do. Like I say, the devil break and we fix. So we're gonna get through the weekend. I'm just gonna make sure I clean the needle, take it off, rinse it out, put a little bit of alcohol on there, and try to keep it clean. And we're not gonna be able to do anything. You said how many in the box? That's a good question. 100. 100 single-use pen needles. Sterile single-use pen. It's right there, 100. Ew, they talk about injected in your butt. Yeah, I ain't doing that. I usually do it here, in the thighs. I ain't never thought about. That's crazy. I ain't never thought about taking an injection. But I know we need the spironolactone, and that pen's almost done. Let me see him. We got 2 pens left. So I'm gonna try and stretch it out as long as I can. So we're gonna get the spironolactone. I think that's the only one I need. Let me see. Yeah, we can make it through the. Let me take a look here. Let me make sure. I don't want to sell myself short, because I might not get no donation. All right, I'm all right on them. We all right on them. We all right on them. We all right on them. The furosemide. The copper dog rail, let me see. It's very important to have that. I think we got enough for a while. Liverprint, done that. All right. All right. So that's good. So we need the furosemide. You can see there ain't many tablets in there, and we need that. And I should be able to get that with the 20 that Charles gave me. Maybe it'd be a couple dollars left over to go to the market with. Matter of fact, let me write that down. The furosemide. And see, it got refills. It got full refill. That's what I'm saying. How come this ain't have no refill? That's bullcrap. This one got 2 refills. Okay, and this is spironolactone. What is this? Spironolactone. All right. All right. So we'll be making that ride. So when I get off the air, I'm gonna the spironolactone I called in Thursday. So that should be there, but I'm gonna double check. So I'm gonna put in the spironolactone, and I'm gonna put in the furosemide, and I'm gonna take it easy on insulin pens. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm supposed to take 40 milliliters. I'm gonna take 30 and see how far I can stretch them. And then maybe somebody will donate before then, and we'll go and get them. So there you go. Let's get back to the show.
But you can abort a child. You can give a child up for adoption. You fuck that child in your belly, and you still cast it aside. Even though you didn't see it, you felt it. And you was able to rationalize, well, I didn't mean to have it. I don't want it. Take it out of me. If you can rationalize that, how easy is it for you to rationalize God and Jesus' love? Well, they're not here to enforce them. I don't see them every day. They're not going to know. Well, Jesus and God know this. But you got to remember, we made in God's image. When he breathed into Adam's body, we were given a spirit. The spirit that runs through our bloodstream. We all have it. The reason that we used to live 900 and something years, and God cut it down to 120, and depending on your lifestyle and heredity, most people don't see 120. He said, they're not going to carry around my spirit all these years. Think about that for a second. God said we're not going to carry around his spirit all these years, causing mayhem and sinning. The reason you shall not kill, or why you should not drink the blood of another being, you are controlling the spirit of another being. When you kill another being, God takes his spirit back. He's supposed to decide when to take it back, not you.
Hey, that brings up a good question, y'all. Has anybody ever thought about that? If you are not supposed to touch the blood of somebody else, if you get a blood transfusion and the spirit is in the blood, if you get a blood transfusion from somebody else, does their spirit mesh with your spirit? Is that why some people like go crazy? Like suppose a serial killer had donated some blood and you was in a life-saving incident, and you needed blood and you had the same type that he had, and they gave you a couple pints of his blood. Is his spirit in that blood? Or does the spirit still stay in the body even if you give blood? Does a little bit of your spirit go in that blood, or does it stay in your body? That's a good question. Now, I got most of them meds on a 90-day supply. But certain meds, they won't give you a 90-day on. The ones that I'm talking about, they will only give you a 30-day. So back in January, I thought that I covered the meds for January, February, and March. But these 3 items, they are only 30-day supply. You can't get them 90. And they require a doctor's authorization. Naya said there's a movie similar to what you are speaking about. Oh, it is? I'm just thinking about that. If you are not supposed to drink the blood, you're not supposed to eat the blood. Because, you know, they have people, devil worshippers, where they actually, you know, they kill people and drain the blood out, and then they all drink it in glasses and clang it together. When they doing that, are they trying to take possession of that person's spirit? If they can kill a person and drain the blood before the spirit has a chance to leave, are they actually trying to get that person's spirit? That's something I just thought of when I heard myself say that. I was like, wait a minute. If you're not supposed to touch the blood of anyone, can you take over somebody's spirit or draw from it? And would that give you like a superpower, or would that weaken you? Like, say you was a strong person, and say you had to get a blood transfusion, and it was somebody that was weak, or somebody that was evil. If you get that blood transfusion, are you now carrying some of the spirit of that person? Would you find yourself becoming weaker if the person was weak? If the person, you know, was a fornicator, an adulterer, would you find yourself cheating and not knowing why? If the person was a serial killer, would you find yourself having desires to go out and kill innocent people? You said we spinning? Let me go look. The OBS is fine. And I lowered the resolution, so it shouldn't be no problem. But let me look. Let me back out and make sure. Back all the way out. Do a refresh. Now it said it is back. He said might be in her and it's windy. Yeah, y'all know we used to y'all know that the hotspot in a USB Telerin is limited to 5 megabit or 5,000 gigabits. To be able to do 2K, you need 43 megabit or 4,300 gigabit. To do 720, which is what we're doing, you only need, the OBS requires 2,500 gigabytes. So I got it at 27. Now we used to have it at 4,000, then we had it at 3,000. So I got it at 2,700 gigabytes. So that should be enough left out that 5,000 for us to run videos and animations and stuff like that. But like I said, we limited to 5,000. Now, there's no limit. That's a trade-off. Like when we was at Metro, they would start to slow us down or just stop the show to be smart. And we had to come back and restart it. But doing 2,700, we shouldn't have no problem. So I'm hoping that's how we stay. All right, let's get back here.
Blood is also in the animal. That's why you're not supposed to drink the blood of an animal. You're not supposed to ingest blood, period. And if you touch blood, you were considered unclean, and you had to stay away from the rest of the people so you did not infect them. That's why you're not supposed to touch a dead carcass.
Yeah, Chucky.
You are unclean. A lot of them rules have been relaxed, which is what I mean about us rationalizing. The rules are not enforced, so we get lax on them. But you're not supposed to touch a dead body. I remember y'all going to a funeral and y'all touched a loved one. You supposed to stay away from people, period, for like 5 days until you are deemed clean. If somebody you know got killed and you got down on your knees and you held them and got their blood on you, you're supposed to be quarantined. That's what the Bible says. But we rationalize that away. We're not going through all that. You know, let it go. Just don't wash your hands. Now, the reason I took you down that road is when God breathed the Spirit into you, it was His Spirit. You yourself cannot do it. But with the help of the Spirit, you can. If you do not know your Holy Spirit, you cannot love God with all your heart because you're not capable of doing it alone. But with His Spirit, you can. But you have to activate it. When you activate the Spirit, many new things are open to you. When you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord, for those of y'all who forget, Jesus and God are two different people, but they're not. God put His Spirit in Mary's womb, and He allowed Himself to be birthed just like a human being would. Jesus is what do you want to say, the hype man. Jesus is the worker, the master worker. God saved, Jesus did. God still remains holy. He doesn't touch anything. That's what the angels are for. That's what Jesus is for. So He can still be holy. Still be above reproach. Even when He sets commands, He doesn't, just like a drug kingpin. They don't touch the drugs. They won't touch a gun.
Speaking of drugs, look how big this bottle is. See how it says 90? Go take one every day. So that's a 90-day supply. You take 2 a day, so that's a 180. You see it? You take one of these once a day, they gave us 82. Why they ain't give us 90? The Papa Dog Row. It's a 90. You can see it's still a lot in there. Two a day. This is a 90. You see it's a lot in there. So as you can see, the majority of the medicine that I got in January are good to go. Now, let's take a look at the ones we need. But we already know about the needles. That requires a doctor's authorization. So you can't get a refill on that. But the box come in 100. And that's 2 a day. And so I must have got them in December. This we got in January. As you can see, that says 180. A lot in there. 2 a day. Now I'm trying to find the date. Where's the date? Anybody know where the date is? Okay, this was December. You can see it right there, 2019. 10/2019. And that's why we only got a couple. We don't need none of that. Put that back. We don't need that one. But we need this one, the furosemide. What's the date on that? December 2019. So, December, January, February. And we actually, it's 4 left in here. This one, it's 2 left. So, this is the reason. But in January, we did all these for 90 days. So, we ain't had to worry about it. We knocked them out. But these 2 were done in December 2019. That's why they ran out. Out of all the ones I showed you, they all are full, or near full. Like I said, it's plenty in there, but I might get the. And wait a minute, I still have a full bottle up here. I don't even know. I got it by accident. They gave it to me by accident. Let's see. What is this? The Carvadillo 1250. Yep, this one right here. Now you see, plenty in there. But look, we got one here. And you can see I got this in October. That says 10/19. I got this one on the 3rd when I get my money. I got it January 3rd, 2020. I wonder if I can fit these in here. I don't think they're gonna fit. Will they fit? Oh, it's getting close. Come on, get in there. Will they fit? It's close. See if I can get it to move around. Look at that. Yeah. We can get rid of this bottle. Where the top at? So. You can see there. 2020, 2020. 2020. Now this one, I got in December. That's why I said I might have to refill that one. It's some in there. We can get away. That's probably about 15 days in there. But this one I got 12/4 December. This one also was in December. Now, some of these, when I got them, I wasn't out. And I did just what I did and transferred them. That's why some have more than others, even though they had the same date. But some of them you can only do 30 days. Like the insulin, they're not gonna give you 90 days worth of insulin. They be afraid you wouldn't sold that. They're not gonna give you. They're not gonna give you more than 100 needles. They be afraid you be out there selling them to the drug addicts. Some things you can't get 90 days on. And some of these, I had to go to the doctors and tell her, can we do a 90-day? So I can go ahead and just suffer 1 month and get them all. And then the next 2 months, not have to worry about them. So that's why I said, it's a game. What you say, 7? Like I said, and like I said, and even the bottles, I can't even trust the dates on the bottles because if I'm dipping them in, it might actually be from the month before. I'm just adding it, or I might could have done it that way. Just like I said, this was August. This was August, and it's only a 60. But when you look at the one we just filled up, we had it done in 1/3. You can see that says 1/3, but you see it's overloaded. So chances are there was another bottle in between, but I dumped it into the old one. So that's why I say you can't really go by the dates necessarily, but you see, instead of worrying about getting them every month, you try to get it every 3 months. So that way you suffer and you go ahead and get it out the way. Naya says the date is the 7th. What's the 7th? Let's say 1. Yeah, but what is the old bottle or the new bottle? Ain't no way in the world this lasts from the 7th. You supposed to take one a day. It's only 90 in here. Ain't no way in the world that this lasted from the 7th to now. That's impossible. There was another bottle in between. I just dumped the new bottle into the old one. Ain't no way in the world I went from the 7th. Come on now, Naya. There's no way I went from the 7th. That's August. No, that's July. I'm sorry. Ain't no way I went from July. So that would be July, August, September. Because like I said, at first, the doctor had him at 30. And I asked her, could she extend it? And she made it 60. And then I got her to do it 90. That's why all the bottles don't say the same thing. It was a step. That's a 90. That's a 90. That's a 60. That's a 90. This is an 82, so they wouldn't give me 90.
But they got other people that do it.
Hey, I did that.
So that the cops can't touch them.
That's a 180.
You have to get to know
90.
Jesus.
And that's a 180.
Accept the fact that he died for you. Accept the fact that his body takes the place.
As a matter of fact, the one I just dumped in, this says 60 on it. But this one that we got in January, it says 180. So that means it was another 60 in between. Or was it a 90 in between? But we don't know. We'll have to do the math. If this says 810. And see, this is what I mean when I say you use the same bottle. Guess what this says? 8/10/2018. So this means that I've been using this same bottle. I've been using this same bottle for almost 2 years. You can look at that. That says 8/10/18. 18. So that means I've been dumping the new bottle into this one without reading the dates. Anyway, get back to the sermon. Oh, you said I asked the date. No, I know. I was letting you know that I thought you were saying that one of them said the 7th. But you talking about the 7th month. If you get the new prescriptions, sometimes you don't dump them in the new bottle. You just add it to the old bottle. And darn, this one, man, that thing say 7. It's 2018. So I just been dumping it into the old bottle, throwing it back in the bag, throwing the new bottle away. Man, that thing says 2018. We in 2020. So, but I just learned something, and that's the beauty of living. I just learned something. Let me check the dates. So I pull them in. Because a lot of times, you know, you take out the old ones and you put it on one side and you have your new ones. And then one by one, you dump them in, put the top on, put it in the bag. Throw the other one to the side. Take the next one, dump them in, put it in the bag, throw the old one to the side. If you don't look at the dates, you might be dumping in the new medicine bottle with the old medicine bottle. And you might be doing that for years and never even know it. That's crazy. Onaya says she's not looking at the screen. She's on the treadmill listening. Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Adam's sinful body.
Let me put these medicines back.
Our father Adam was a sinner.
That's not it.
And the kids inherit the sin. So we all were born in sin.
Where's the empty bottle?
Adam and Eve were sinners. And even though they ate the fruit and they had the tree of knowledge.
What did I do with the old bottle?
Hey, Ricky Bobby. We all know.
There it is. Which one is that? At 2018. I don't believe it.
Right and wrong.
Throw this thing away. What are you running around?
But our desire to sin is more powerful,
man,
than the knowledge of right and wrong.
Look how old this bag is.
Being a sinner.
This bag got some age on it.
You will say, well, I know that's wrong, but you know if I do it like this, then it ain't the same thing, so it's not really a sin. Well, yes it is. Yes, it is.
There you go.
And until you have the spirit activated, you will continue to believe that. Having the spirit activated gives you a joy. It gives you a sense of belonging. Like somebody just joined the game. But join God's game.
There you go. It takes care of that.
Jesus said, if I don't know you, I don't know you. How does he get to know you? When you pray and talk to him. When you try to follow his teaching. When you say his name in your prayer to God. He knows you. If you're not doing that, he don't know you. Oh, I've supported the church and I've done things for, I don't know you. What do you mean I can't go? I've done things for orphanages and I've talked to homeless and did you do it in my name? Why do I know you? What do you mean? I've got 2 churches. I'm the head of 2 congregations. I'm in the first pew. I even preach part-time. Do you know me? I don't have you down here. Were you doing that for you? Or were you doing that for me? What do you mean? You said you was preaching. Was you preaching for me? Or was you preaching for the honor of being up there? For the attention? For the authority? To get patted on the back by your fellow human being? Or was you up there for me? And that's where you're going to pause at. But you're going to think about it, you know? Think about it. We got a lot of people that come on YouTube for attention. Some people come for attention and money. They'll be the first one to tell you. Nah, you ain't making no money. Oh, look at your views. When you tell them you didn't come for that, you come to help people, they laugh at you. What do you think Jesus is going to say to them when he's standing in front of them? Well, you know, I talk about you all the time. You told people about me? Yes, I have.
All right. Is it fit?
This book is empty. And I don't know you. Name somebody who you got to come follow me. Just name somebody.
I can bring it over, Sam.
Well, you know, there was Jack said he was going
I can bring it over, Sam.
Those of you who you think you do good deeds.
All right, let's try it now.
I'm telling you, if you do them for God and Jesus, you don't have to get accolades for it.
Let's see, did we fix it?
You don't need a pat on the back for it. You don't need to advertise it. If you do it in their name, they know it. The people who you do it for will tell everybody what you did. You ain't got to say nothing. When you go brag, well, you know, I gave $50 to the new young men's congregation, and but you have to keep saying it. You did it for you.
You can take it a little bit more.
You did it to impress other people. You did it to make yourself seem bigger or higher or better than the people around you who couldn't do as much.
Let's see.
People don't have to know it's you. If you're doing good, people will know it. Why do you have to? Why do you have to keep going around telling everybody what you're doing? These past 3 months, I've been able to shut down every demon that came with us with one sentence. And they had no defense. You're a content creator, I'm a content creator. Go look over your body of work and look over my body of work. Tell me who has done more to help the people.
All right, did we get rid of that white line?
Who said I did? Who said that thing covering topics we really need to talk about? Are any of them on your page? I don't have to go here and here and here and here and here. Just go take a look.
It's better.
You didn't have to brag. Just go take a look.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Shut them down. They ain't got no answer. There are very few people on YouTube. Why do I got to brag about it when it's up already? Just go take a look. I ain't got to brag. It's there. How many times did you hear? Oh, how can you preach and then roast? The body of work is there. What does we got to do right now, what we doing right now, what does it got to do with the body of work that's there? Where's your body of work? We look at your body of work, you're trying to start trouble. But where's your body of work when you actually trying to help people? Where's your body of work at? If you can't even produce a body of work that's helpful on YouTube, what do you think Jesus and God is working with when they look at the body of work for your whole life? I made 100 videos. Name the videos to help people. So if you can't produce anything, what do you think is up there in your book? And we're just using YouTube. We ain't got much life yet. Yeah, the man bragging that he made money off of selling poison to his people. What do you think gonna happen when they break that book out? What's gonna be in it in his behalf? Nothing. What's gonna help him? Well, I gave him some biscuits. I gave the people biscuits. You didn't give knowledge. You didn't teach them how to make it. They're not going to make it, and you're not.
Okay, Naya.
So you better enjoy what you're doing on earth. If you can't love the people you see, and you can sell them poison, how can you love Jesus and God with all your heart? People you've never seen. Your spirit is not activated. You have no connection with them. But the people you do see, you can sell poison to.
Woo! Woo!
Why do you think you're going somewhere?
That's hot right there.
Seriously.
That's powerful right there.
You can cheat, molest, rape, assault people you can see and touch every day. You got no love for them, but you can love something or somebody you've never seen before. What do I take that into account? The things you can see and touch, you can hurt. But you expect me to believe that you can love two beings you've never seen before. But see, that's man's rationale. There's something that you feel every day when you walk outside. You feel it, but you can't see it. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Let's see who's paying attention. Let's see who's paying attention. There's no such thing as holy water. Water ain't gonna be holy until you make it to heaven and get that water of life, that river of life, which used to be the tree of life. People always ask, why would God put those trees in the garden? The devil was supposed to come train us. We didn't get that far. He shut it down. He was supposed to come train Adam and Eve. And then they would get to that point. Instead, he gave them the shortcut and messed it up for everybody. He wants us to worship him. He's supposed to come teach us how to worship God. And how to have the knowledge. And how to control it. And decipher between the difference. But instead, he got Adam and Eve to sin. To sin is to go against the teachings of God. To go against what he wanted. He didn't want to come down here and serve us. He saw us being made out of dirt. He thought we was a joke. We ain't got no power. But we do got power. We got the one thing that he don't have. We got freedom. Because see, the stuff that he run around doing, he lost his free will. That's all he can do now. That's all he can do. He ain't no different than an animal. How many times you tell an animal to not do something and they go do it anyway? You have to keep correcting them, right? 10 years later, you still, no, don't touch that. No, don't bite that. No, I'm trying to scratch the wall up. That's what they know to do. The devil don't have the will. I say will, some of y'all say rationale. Well, you know, all that look like fun. But that's not what God says to do. So I'm not doing it, or I am doing it. We the only beings that have that choice. So you can call it rationale, you can call it free will, you can call it choice. Based on our desires, we have the option to do or not to do. No other being on the planet can do that. No other being in the universe can do that. Everything got to do what it was made to do. We the only people. We the only beings, the only mammals, the only creatures that can say, you know what, I'm not doing that. Now some people say that God made a mistake with that. Maybe he should have made us all the same, and we all do the same thing. We all talk the same way, look the same way, think the same way, and do everything by instinct. But that was the challenge that the devil and the demons, the third of the angels that we now call demons, that left heaven and came down here. They in effect told God, look at how easy it was to get your new humans to do what we wanted them to do. Now they have the tree of knowledge. Now they have the knowledge. So now you can't make them love you. But we can. We can offer them all kinds of goodies and enticements. Let's see if they'll really love you. And that's basically what we're doing. Deep down, we know we're doing wrong. What did Jesus say? The mind is willing, but the flesh is weak. How do you make the flesh not be weak? The gift of the Holy Spirit. Your Holy Spirit, you're the only one that can actually tap into it. An animal can't tap into his Holy Spirit. Lord, this man took us over. Without a weapon, go into the jungle and see how long you last. If they can tap into that whole shoot, we be the animal. Think about that for a second. Imagine the lions and tigers and bears could tap into that Holy Spirit. Imagine if they were given the power to think for themselves. Shoot. This would be a real animal planet. Because most animals we can't beat. Something as little as a scorpion can kill you with one sting. But you can outsmart them. Imagine if you couldn't outsmart them. Imagine if you set a trap and they had a trap for you. And you fall in it, one sting and you dead. You got to have something and beat them or spray them or make something fall on them. All they got to do is just zip sting you dead. Imagine if they could trick humans. You know when there's a snake, you know, stand still, don't make no sudden move until they move on. Suppose you didn't have no common sense and you were dumb like them. They had sense, they go, you know what? I can make this person stand here forever. Because I'll just keep standing here and they keep waiting for me to go and I'm not going. As soon as they move, shawaka. Ghost Dog said, what you say? Oh, what up, Ghost? You just started. Ghost Dog said, we already have the most powerful weapon, the brain. He said, no animal can compete. We are on top of the food chain. Yes, but before the devil, we didn't need it. The animals were obedient to us. Adam and Eve was butt naked in their own garden. You think there wasn't no ants there? You think there wasn't no red ants? Red ants is terrible. You think there wasn't no bees? There wasn't no wasps? They didn't bother us. They worshiped us. We wasn't afraid of them. We could reach in there and if they had them back there, we could grab a shark out the water and make them go do something for us. We had it made. For anybody that seriously can call themselves a devil worshiper, you're a fool. Look at what he took from us. He was supposed to train us. And nobody would ever die. Nobody would ever get sick. We'd still be walking around butt naked. Wouldn't nobody care if some boobies were showing? Wouldn't nobody care if somebody behind was showing? Wouldn't nobody care? It wouldn't be nothing. And everybody was perfect. What would make your wife different from my wife? We all perfect. I got a perfect wife, you got a perfect wife. What would make it different? I'm asking you, what would make it different? Everybody had a perfect wife. My wife looks just as good as yours. But instead, now, we're willing to kill people if we want their wife. King David did it. Man had 400 women and a concubine, 400 virgins, and killed his best friend just to get his wife.
He used up wife.
Why would you want something used when you got 400 things unused? Because the devil got in his mind and said, you got all them wives, but look at this one. You can't have this one. She's married to your best friend. How you gonna get her? Look how good she is. Look at that long hair. Look at that sleek waist. Look at that neck. You wish you could kiss on that neck. But you can't get her. You're like, I'm gonna push him to the front of the army so he can get killed. He's the general. I'm gonna put him on the front line and let him get killed. And then I'm gonna take his wife. And that's what he did. So even a man that God backed still
fell
did
down.
that. Could have had any other woman in the world that wasn't married, but he lost everything for one woman. Has that changed? No, his father Adam did it. He knew he wasn't supposed to take a bite of that apple, but he took it anyway, didn't he? Solomon, the wisest man in the world, messed up. King Solomon The wisest man in the world still messed up. What chance do we have? We got something they didn't have. They didn't have Jesus. See, the one problem with, I told y'all about the seers and the prophets. They didn't live with the people. And a lot of times when they wasn't around, the people did what they wanted to do. Well, you don't have that excuse. Well, there was nobody here to tell me not to. There was nobody here for me to bounce these ideas off of. We got Jesus 24/7. And if you know him, you can consult, even with the devil in one ear, you can check out what Jesus think in the other ear. Y'all remember them jokes when you had the angel on one side and you had the devil on the other? You know, it was meant to be a joke, but it's not. It shows you the battle between good and evil. And we have the choice. I don't know if y'all ever watched Harry Potter, but the third episode, the one with the flying car, when they went down to the spiders, and they were talking to the head spider, and he told them the truth about Hagar not killing the girl. When they were getting ready to leave, they noticed there was a whole bunch of spiders in their way. And the man told them, you are friends of Hagrid. And they know not to bother Hagrid. But you wanted to hear on your own. And I can't deny them a meal. Well, actually he could. But guess what? That's not what he was made to do. Harry and Ron was food. And they need to eat. And their instinct was to eat them. Even though they knew that they were friends of Hagrid, it didn't matter. Because they know that's food. So the man told them, I know we shouldn't, but this is what we do. So get them. And they ran for their lives. And they chased the food. But that's a good point. It always stuck in my mind. Do we wander into situations that we shouldn't because we think we can get out of it? We think that we can get over. We can get around.
Thanks, Liz. Liz says she cooking, but
we
she
have the
listening.
common sense. If we choose to use it. A lot of people just go with their emotions. And going with their emotions is going with your natural instinct. We're better than that. We should never go with our natural instinct. Ever. Use your knowledge of what you know. And if you don't know, ask the Bible. If it's not there, then you need to pray to Jesus and ask him to send you the answer. If you can't find it, you need to go to the source and ask. If your spouse just died and they left you the house, You never liked the house, but it was your spouse's. A lot of people are going to come to you and say, well, maybe you should sell it. Maybe you should rent it out. Maybe you should give it away to charity. You need to decide what's best for you. And how are you going to do that? Are you going to use what you want to do? Are you going to use what somebody else tells you to do? Or are you going to ask Jesus, what should I do? And wait for an answer. Somebody talk to me.
Hey, I ain't had a soda in so long. Oh, yeah. That looks so good.
Every action you make, everything you do, that's important. You should be asking. Listen, everything you do, you should be asking that question. And you should be teaching your children to ask before they make a decision. That's when you know when you got good kids. Because even if you tell them to do something, and they come back and say, I know you wanted me to do this. Jesus said no. And if you can't respect that, you're not with Jesus. You're doing what you
Now
want.
it says,
You want that child to do
resting
what
up for
you
dinner.
want them to do.
I said, what are you having, Liz? He said, baked
You tell
chicken
a child,
and
I want
broccoli
you to go
and cheese casserole. Now,
to this college and be a doctor. They tell you, I want to be a veterinarian. I want to help animals. Veterinarians don't make nearly what doctors do. You're going to be a doctor. So I can tell everybody I got a doctor for a child. They're going to go ask. If you raise them right, they will go ask. Jesus, what do you think? If the answer is, you'd be a great veterinarian and a great animal activist. You have to come back and tell your parents, no. Jesus said, I'm right. And if they put you out, then you have to ask Jesus to give you the inner strength to go to college on your own and become that veterinarian. And the struggle that you will have, that adventure of you getting.
Nah, yeah, this is an old sermon. I don't have a tie. We don't have the symbol. We don't have the credentials. This is an old one. That's why I'm trying to figure out, why would they go up to something so old? Look at the people that's in the chat that you seeing going over my head. You ain't seen any people here in a while. So I don't understand why they went. I don't understand why they all of a sudden went and picked this one. And it's blocked, meaning that it's not on YouTube anymore.
There will give you an advantage over the other veterinarians there who also want to be animal activists, because you had to fight to get there while their parents paid for them to come in. So you'll be better at handling money, better at fundraising, because you had to do it to put yourself through school. So you take a bad situation.
Because see, it's not over 6 hours. So we would have been able to go in there and edit it. And whatever they fussing about, I could have took out. And we could have kept the views. And we could have kept the video in its place. It just would have been edited. But no, that's not good enough. We want this down. So they blocked the video in every country. So nobody can see this video. That's something demonic. Because they didn't want the money. We got 200 and something views for this video. They didn't want the money. They wanted it gone. And that's why I hope everybody will come and see the replay and throw it in their faces. They didn't have to block the video. You understand what I'm saying? They could have we wasn't monetized at the time we made this video. They could have took the money, but there wasn't no money. So what makes them want to block the video? Was it religious? I'll leave that to your own understanding. But this is why it's important to put it back up.
And you make it better for yourself by doing the right thing. Now, some people who don't know Jesus will say, look, I don't want to be a regular doctor. But okay, I'll go ahead and spend the 8 years that you spend all that money, become a doctor. Then as soon as I pay off these debts that's left, guess where I'm going? Veterinarian school. And then you got to do another 4 years to become a veterinarian. So now, you've been to school for 8 years. You worked for 4 years. You went to school to be a veterinarian for 4 years. When in reality, you could have just went to veterinarian school on your own. In those 14 years, you could be saving animals and you could be making a difference as far as the animal civil rights go.
That's 16
but
years.
Instead, you in school all this time and ain't helping nobody. We have a choice. Everything we do is a choice. So, you know me, I always download something. I don't look at it. Will it back me up? Don't know. So let's block this animation.
Alright, hold on. We have to go and unblock this animation. Hold on a sec.
Y'all see it's a big video for loading up. Alright, what does it mean to love God with all your heart? You shall love the Lord your God from your whole heart, and from your whole soul, and from your whole mind, and from your whole strength. Recently, a blog reader asked us, what does it mean to love God with all your heart? Since this is an excellent and important question, one that many of us may have asked ourselves, we'll respond here with a full post. Mark 12:30 says, and you shall love the Lord your God from your whole heart, from your whole soul, from your whole mind, from your whole strength. Briefly speaking, this verse means that God wants us to love him with our whole being. So what is our whole being? What's the difference between the soul and the spirit? We pointed out that 1 Thessalonians Thessalonians 5:23 shows us all three parts of our being, saying, and the God of peace himself sanctify you wholly, and may your spirit and soul and body be preserved complete without blame at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. Think about what that says. I want to stop right there. The God of peace himself sanctify you wholly, and may your spirit and soul and body be preserved complete without blame at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. That's very important. How can your spirit, soul, and body be preserved complete without blame? We sinners. We were born to be sinners. So how can we have a nasty, foul spirit, soul, and body be preserved without blame? Well, let's see what they say. Our spirit.
Before we go any further,
part of our
I don't remember this, but I'm going to tell you what's coming to me right now as we look at this. And the God of peace himself sanctify you wholly, and may your spirit, soul, and body be preserved complete without blame at the coming of Lord Jesus Christ. They're referring to Jesus. It says God of peace, but they're referring to Jesus. Remember, Jesus is God, a part of God. Jesus is coming back. If you're walking with Jesus, he will sanctify you. He will make you complete in the eyes of God. Because when God looks at you, he's looking at you through Jesus. Through the blood of Jesus. That's washing away all of your nastiness, all of your sinfulness, all of your dirtiness, all of your attitude washed away. God looks down and sees a perfect, holy person. If your name is in that book, you have to get past Jesus. Y'all gotta remember that. Jesus will sanctify you. But if you don't know Jesus, you can't be sanctified. So that when God looks at you, he's going to see the evilness that you do. Jesus washes that away. Y'all understand? Being accepted by Jesus Christ is the way to getting to the next level. It's the difference between spending thousands of years in torments, baby hell. And after you do those thousands of years, because we don't know when Jesus is coming back. He might not come back for another 2,000 years. Might be another 3,000. We don't know. But there are the people that's down there now in torture and pain, just burning. When he does come back, they're going to be standing in line. They're not going to be burning in, and they're going to think, all right, yeah, we doing something now. It's been a long time coming. When they get up to that book, that name ain't in there, they're going into the furnace of fire, which is going to be 20 times worse than baby hell torments was. Baby hell. That's what you got to look forward to. Thousands of years of suffering and burning slowly to actually being physically on fire all the time. There won't be no burning to make you uncomfortable. Won't be no burning to make you want something to drink. You actually gonna be on fire. And you're gonna spend the rest of eternity like that. That's if you don't burn up. I ain't been in the lake of fire or the furnace of fire. I can't tell you. I don't know if you still gonna be there burning or you just eventually turn into a puff of smoke. I don't know. I don't want to know. And if you listen to the words, you won't have to worry about it. This is it in a nutshell. Somebody can come to you and can probably quote the whole Bible from front to back. If they're not walking with Jesus, then they're not in that book, they're going to burn. So what good is knowing all them verses? Oh, you can't tell me nothing. I know the Bible from front to back. I can tell you all the Proverbs. I can tell you Malachi. I can name all of that. Does Jesus know you? Huh? He should know me. Ah, you said he should know you. That means you're not sure. So you can know the Bible from front to back, but you can't tell me whether or not Jesus knows you. Well, he should know me. I know the whole Bible, and I've gone out and done things, and does he know you? Do you talk to him? Have you welcomed him into your life? Are you trying to do what he wants you to do? If you cannot answer yes, you're going into that furnace. There's no other way to get around it. You can sweet talk it. You can try to rationalize. You can try to just make all this stuff up. It don't exempt you from the fact that if you don't come to Jesus and let him into you and try to find out what he wants you to do, y'all got to realize that sometimes it might seem like you in the same place, but if you doing what Jesus wants you to do, there's better things coming. Sometimes I feel like, all right, you let everything happen so that I would stop doing what I was doing. And now I got the time to do what you've been wanting me to do for years. Okay? But sometimes it feels like we not going nowhere. And it's really frustrating. I look at other shows. They don't do the stuff that we do. But they get better views. But I can't judge that on that. I got to go, what does Jesus want me to do? He's telling me to do this. I've been telling me this for years. Jesus is not just going to let you blow up, because you might go back into doing the things you were doing before. You got to earn his trust. And then more responsibility will be given on to you. You follow the devil, he'll give you full responsibility and let you go on. Because he knows in the end you're going into the furnace of hell. He's going to take as many of us with him into that furnace of hell. As many as he can. So stop worrying about what other people are doing. Stop worrying about somebody doing better than you, Somebody got more money than you. As I say in that song, you can't take it with you. Like I said, to the most human beings, Jesus and God is slow. And I've said this many a day. There's a reason why they slow. They want to be sure. Before they put their trust and faith in you, that you want to maintain the course. That's why people are tested and they don't understand. It's a test to see, can you handle it? How do you handle it? If you can handle the test, then we can give you more. If you keep failing, we can't give you more because you can't handle it. So while you are ready to go, I'm going to go out here and preach to everybody, I'm going to be worried. If you're not spiritually ready, they're not going to give you the blessing to do those things. You got to prove it. I'm dealing with that right now. Look at how since we went legit, look at how the views have dropped. Just look. How many people are in here now? 3? And I'm one of them. So it's only 2 people here. But if we was doing something evil, there'd be a lot more. But if we keep at it, other people will come along. If we don't deter, if we don't get distracted, that's why all these bad things are happening. To distract, to discourage, to make you say, oh, this ain't working. I'm having more problems now. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? If you fail a test, why should you be given more? You have to endure. How long is the test? Don't know. Because our time is not Jesus and God time. They've been alive since the beginning. A day to us is like 20 years to them, 30 years. We only been on this earth for 75 years or less. They've been down here since the beginning. Before the beginning. So their measure of time ain't the same as ours is. But I tell you this, do you want to be down there in torment on a slow burn for thousands of years, or do you want to go to paradise? This is the basis of this platform. Don't tell me nothing about King this. Don't tell me nothing about Exodus that. Don't tell me nothing about Corinthian this. I'm asking you, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to baby hell, or do you want to go to paradise and wait for Jesus to come back after you die? This is the question. Where do you want to go? If you are satisfied and don't mind suffering for thousands of years, then go ahead and enjoy your cars, enjoy your strip clubs and all that other stuff. Go ahead and keep fornicating. Have fun. But if you want to spend your eternity in comfort in paradise, then you need to come to Jesus Christ. That's what you need to know. Study the Gospels and watch as Jesus show you how you should live on this earth, and try to mimic it. Get to know him. Talk to him. Spend at least 10 minutes. If you can't spend 10 minutes a day and sit and pray and talk to Jesus, so that he'll know you. That's so hard to do. It ain't hard for you to watch that Empire. It ain't hard for you to watch that Love and Hip Hop. It ain't hard for you to watch videos on R. Kelly. But you can't spend 10 minutes a day talking to Jesus? Will you take anything else into consideration? This is the basics. This is basic 101. Because if you can't do this, if you're not willing to do this, everything else don't matter. And like I said, the proof of how selfish and evil people are. How come only 2 people ask that question? What happens to our loved ones if we make it to heaven and they don't? Most people are so selfish, they don't give a thought. Let that marinate for a second. People are so selfish, nobody's asking. They're asking how they get to heaven. Nobody asking, how does my mate get to heaven? How do my children get to heaven? They asking, how do I get there? That shows you the selfishness. When you get to know Jesus Christ, you won't be that selfish. To think there are only 2 people on the whole World Wide Web ask that question. That shows you how selfish we are. This is why we need Jesus. Because we're selfish. What's going to happen if you go and your mate don't? What's going to happen if you go and your children don't? And you got to look down and see them suffering? Will you care? That's the question. Shoot, I made it. Sorry, you ain't make it, Junior. But I'm here. Hey. And that's selfish. It's not just enough for you to walk with Jesus and God. You got to make sure everybody who you love walk with Jesus and God. Knowing a whole bunch of Bible verses and walking around with your little dress on and your little suit on, with your little church hat on, and just going around, that don't mean nothing. You should laugh at them people inside when you say them. Because they going right to baby hell. They going to get the shock of their life. Job was the most perfect man on earth. And if God hadn't intervened and asked the devil about him, Job would be right there in baby hell. Most perfect man on earth wasn't walking with God. Don't mean nothing. Follow all the laws, it don't mean nothing. If you don't know him, you got to know Jesus to get to know God. You got to get through Jesus to get to God. You playing a video game and the boss man is holding somebody captive. You got to go through the underlings to get to the boss man. You got to be approved by Jesus to get to God. And everything down here is set up to keep you from getting there. But I'm showing you the open gate, the little narrow pathway. It's really narrow because only a few got the courage, the stamina, and the heart to actually do it. And this is what I keep hitting you upside the head with again and again and again so that it stays. It's good to read the Bible. It's good to understand it. But just because you can quote it on demand, when you on demand, and it's time for you to leave this world, because everybody will die, are you going to baby hell or are you going to paradise? Are you going to baby hell or are you going to paradise? You have the choice. Will you choose a nice house? Or will you choose paradise? Will you go out here and steal and cheat so you can get a nice new car? Or will you be satisfied with what you can afford? Will you go out here and do all kind of things to get a job and kill people so you can get that position, or set them up so you can get that position? You'll have fun down here. If you know the orphanage had a fire and burnt down and the kids don't have no place to live, and you plan a trip to Atlantic City, will you go help them and instead of going to Las Vegas, you go to Atlantic City? Take half the money and give it to the orphanage, and so they can rebuild. And you can still have fun. You ain't got to go to Las Vegas. You can go to Atlantic City, a lot cheaper. If you're on the East Coast, if you're close to the West Coast, and you want to go to Atlantic City, well, you can go to Las Vegas. Go, have fun. When the money gone, come back. And don't go bragging about it. Yeah, I helped them rebuild. Yeah, without them, you know, if I hadn't gave them the money, they wouldn't be able to do nothing. If you brag about it, you didn't do it because you felt Jesus and God wanted you to do it. You did it because you wanted man to pat you on the back. You wanted man's approval. Man cannot get you to the next level. No man down here can get you out of going to baby hell. No man. No amount of money. No house, no car, no boat. That's what I'm trying to teach you. All that stuff is second. Put Jesus and God first. Then your mate. Then your children. Then your family. Then your neighbors. Then your co-workers. Keep them in that order. Your first love should be Jesus Christ. And if you're ashamed to say, I love Jesus Christ, He's going to be ashamed of you when you stand before Him. You let people make fun of you. Oh, look at you going, look at you whining about what Jesus say. Jesus can't do nothing to you. You worried about what man say. Man can't get you to the next level. You can still live a good life and advance. But if you're greedy, if you're selfish, you're going to baby hell. And there ain't nothing more than that you can say. Somebody show me anything that says you can do what you want to do and move on. I'll wait. Is there anybody here? Let me check the chat. That's a good question. Don't worry, I'll have something. I'll have something ready. But you're right, it seems like we having it today. But don't worry, I'll be back with something. Wait for the Spirit to tell me. But I just want to hammer it home. We got to get that Job way of thinking out of our minds. If Jesus don't know you, if you're not walking with him, you are his enemy. No matter what you do, you are the enemy. Oh, I served for you in the clergy. I was a priest for 30 years. I took a vow of silence. I've fasted. Have you come to me? Do I know you? Then get in that lake. If he don't know you, if you do nothing, and I can't see you knowing him and not doing nothing. If you never help another person in your life, but you make sure you working and walking with Jesus Christ. You know, there are so many things that I would like to do, but the Spirit says you are not the doer. You are a teacher. Teach people so they can do. There's an old saying, some people are born to teach, some people are born to do. Very seldom do the two mix. When you do get the mix, well, that's a powerful combination. But usually, there's somebody at the head, and then there are people who do the work. I've been told the disciples, when you go into a town, don't worry about what you're going to eat. Don't worry about what you're going to drink. Don't worry about where you're going to stay. The people that hear the message will provide all of that. Your concern is to spread the message to as many people as you can. That's your job. The people that's getting that message is supposed to be grateful and take care of you who's bringing the message. If I give you everything you need, what is there a need for you to go and minister to somebody else? What will be your purpose? How would they be able to show you their gratitude? We already got everything. We don't want you to be worried about how you gonna keep this business going. Don't want you to be worried about how you gonna keep the animals fed on the farm. We don't want you to worry about that. We want you to worry about putting their word out there, and the other people will take care of you. That's what a real teacher is. A real preacher is. A real reverend is. A lot of times you hear people say, how come the pastor don't have a job? His job is supposed to be to teach you how to stay out of baby hell. That's his job. His job is not to go out there and tend the field. You can do that. If you receive the calling, then you can come out the field or come out the job market. You ain't received the calling, then you're not the teacher. You are the student. The professor don't teach at the college and not get compensated. But even though the students' parents pay for them to go to college, if a student see that the professor has a problem and they can help them, why shouldn't they help them? Well, you know, the college gives them money, so why should I help him? Even though the knowledge he gave me is life-saving, I'm going to make a lot of money off what he's showing me as soon as I get out of here and get me a job. But, you know, that's the kind of attitude that's going to send you to baby hell. If somebody is over you, respect them. Even if you don't like them, respect the position. Because sometimes God will put them there because they're good. Even if you don't like them. I worked for many a boss. I had one boss that couldn't stop gambling. But there was a lot of people who depended on him to keep that company going. And there was a couple times when he lost the company. But he still made sure that the new owners didn't get rid of the people that were already working there. And then he would hit it big, and then he would come buy the company back. There were some people were former drug addicts, some people were recovered alcoholics, and they would sit around and talk about, yeah, I found out where the boss live out there in the boonies. He got a nice big old house. Yeah, he got that, yeah. And I'm sitting there like, looking at them like, why are you worried about where he live at? Ain't you at the rehab center? Why are you at the rehab center worrying about where he live at? He hired you even though you still in the rehab center. Most people wouldn't. So as evil as you say he is, and how you say he got all the money and give us crumbs, he still got you out the rehab center. You were a former alcoholic. He got you driving for him. That's a leap of faith right there. Because I guarantee you, if you, Mr. Former Drug Addict, you wouldn't, if you got a business all of a sudden, you wouldn't want to hire nobody at the rehab center. And you, sir, you wouldn't hire nobody to drive for you, seeing how you got 3 DUIs. You wouldn't hire a former alcoholic to drive. So why are you holding that man when that man doing something you wouldn't do? And then you wonder why God allows him to stay where he is. We got to stop letting our jealousy keep us from a relationship with Jesus and God. The things that we want, that we really don't need. Worrying about other people. We're not worrying about how to help them. We're worrying about how to take them down. This is what I'm talking about. If you walking with Jesus and God, you ain't got to worry about that. You're not worried about that. Those of y'all that watched the show the day before yesterday, you saw how inept my landlord was. You saw it. So it doesn't mean I should sit around and talk about him? Whether I like it or not, he's over me. Because I'm living in one of his houses. Now, when something better come along, we'll take it. But right now, this is what we got. And this is the way it's set up. Now, We was able to get this place. He wanted $700 for it. I talked him down to $650. Then I was able to talk him down to $625. Now y'all know that Jewish people about their money. But yet we was able to talk this man out of $75 a month. That's a lot. But he wanted $700. And we talked him down to $650. And then we talked him down to $625. Most landlords wouldn't budge. But because of the things that we did, getting him to lock the door so that the drug dealers could stop selling drugs out the laundry room, getting the mechanic to go down and find the tenants at the bar so that the fire department could get inside the building without kicking the door in, so it didn't blow up from the gas leak. And he saved somebody's life who was in there, passed out. The apartment I used to live in, there was a gas leak at the meter. I brought that tension out. He sees the value of me staying here. That's why he stole the money. But if I went around talking about, these damn people, all they want is money, and they don't fix nothing. If I did all of that, would I be able to negotiate? Would the man care? Instead of trying to talk down, treat people like you want to be treated, and you'd be surprised at what you can do. You'd be surprised at what you can get away with. Until we actually went and looked at other places. Wait a minute, something wrong. I heard someone go, dun. What does that mean? Are we still live here? Yeah, we still live. Okay, so what's the problem? Yeah, everything's still good. What was that sound? I know we're not out of energy. No, we at 94%, and it's plugged in. Charging has paused charging your device. But why would you pause it when we're at 97%? I had to say something negative. I tell you, but we're not gonna let it bother. I deleted the comment. Somebody had to say something ignorant. They're gonna shame. But that's what they do. You can't can't let it bother you.
The part we use.
I didn't say on pause, sir. I'm talking. Yeah, this is actually becoming longer than I planned. Hey, how you doing, the driver? What's going on, buddy? So your attitude lets other people know now. Like I said, when I first moved in here, I was still working. And I never intended to stay here. This was temporary. But then I got worse. And it got to the point that I was falling asleep. And when I woke up and I had that gun to my head, I wanted to stop working then. But I couldn't. Because after I paid rent, I only had 100 and something. Now, due to the raises, I'm up to 900. Bird kept saying, you know, I still want you to do the YouTube thing. I'm not going on there on YouTube, but do the YouTube thing. You can reach more people than just walking around. You'll be around the world. People around the world can watch your videos. Ain't nobody gonna watch my videos. But I went on. We didn't come for donations. Matter of fact, from September 17th up until April, when somebody suggested that we get a PayPal link. But we didn't get a PayPal link until April of 2018. But the donations have really helped out. But it's not why we do it. But it helped. It really helped when after I paid rent, I only had $100 something. It really helped. So now we pay rent and we got $200 something. And we try and make it. When people donate, it helps. It makes it easier. And like I said, it shouldn't be bothersome, but it is bothersome when I go look on other channels and the people don't teach you nothing and don't tell you nothing. And y'all just sit there and talk about nothing. And I see the donations rolling in. JD from New York just started doing lives. Oh, he talking about the wrestling. He hadn't even started yet. People would donate money. I said, God darn. How does talking about the wrestling, how did that help your life? I enjoy watching it. I ain't basing my life on it. Dollar Monster came on, went live. He had donations. He only got super chat. His super chats, he hadn't even said nothing yet. He already had about $50 in super. I said, God darn. He ain't talking about nothing but the wrestling. But then I started looking at the religious channel. I ain't seen no donations going up. We looked at Renita. I ain't seen no donations going up. I looked at Cecilia. I ain't seen no donations going up. I look at some other people. I ain't seen no donations. People will donate for wrestling. They'll donate for somebody talking about another YouTuber or troll. But no donations for the religious teachings. I couldn't believe somebody donated 50 and then somebody topped them at 55 and then somebody topped it at 100. I'm like, this man ain't doing nothing but talking about the wrestling. You can watch the wrestling. Why you gotta have somebody talk about the wrestling? I think that man made about $1,000 that night. I didn't watch the whole show and I ain't counting nobody else's money. But he made $1,000 talking about the wrestling. The man used to work in a jewelry store. Now he does wrestling full time. He does a show a day and he makes enough money just talking about professional wrestling. And he only covers WWE, NXT, and AEW. He don't cover New Japan, Ring of Honor, none of the other ones. Evolve him. He just cover those 3 companies. That man makes enough money to live comfortably. Talking about professional wrestling. Do you know what that says about us human beings? There's a young man named Marquise Brownlee. That man ain't had a job. And his job is to tell you about the newest iPhone or the newest Samsung or the newest LG. That's what he does. Reviews. He lives comfortably talking about cell phones. What cell phone going to help keep you out of baby hell? So when somebody says, well, so you'll donate for somebody to tell you about the newest iPhone. You'll donate for somebody to tell you about the wrestling. You'll donate for somebody to gossip about the R. Kelly situation. Or what's going on with Tech 6ix9ine. Who he snitching on now. You donate for that. You donate for somebody talking about TS or True. But you won't donate for life-saving information. That's what I'm seeing right now. And I ain't letting it bother me. But I see it. And I'm calling it out. I see it.
To receive God and contact Him. When we receive fellowship with the Lord and spend time in His presence. Whoa! That's powerful right there. That's a really nice way to say what I said. Our spirit is the innermost part of our being, the part we use to receive God and contact Him. The part we use to receive God and contact Him. When we receive the Lord Jesus as our Savior, this is when He came to live in us. In our spirit, we can have fellowship with the Lord and spend time in His presence. Like I said, when Jesus breathed the Spirit of life into the nostrils of Adam, He breathed part of Himself. We all have that part inside of us. And when we accept Jesus, we awaken that. That was already put inside of us. It's already there. You just got to activate it. Wake it up. When you make the effort to get to know Jesus, you open or awaken or bring up that spirit that's lying dormant, that's running through the bloodstream of your body, lying dormant, you wake it up. And when you wake it up through Jesus, it can reconnect to God because it is God. It's from God. It's God breathing just a teeny bit of his life force into you. And you have it. But do you know what to do with it? Do you know how to activate it? Have you activated it? Think about that. In our spirit, we can have fellowship with the Lord and spend time in his presence. Our soul is made up of our mind, our emotion, and our will. There's that word will again. It is our person, our psychological part. So the soul is your mind, your emotion, and your will. There are some of us that love cheesecake, or we love chocolate ice cream. We know we're not supposed to have it. But your soul determines whether or not you'll have it, and also how much of it you'll have before you stop and say, you know, I ain't supposed to have it. You exercising your will or lack of willpower when you allow yourself to have something you're not supposed to have. When you allow yourself to be around people you know you're not supposed to be with.
That is a whole video.
When you steal something, you showing your lack of willpower. When you commit a sin, you are using your free will and you are showing your lack of willpower. Our body, of course, is our physical part, with which we contact physical things through our five senses and express our inward parts. The Lord Jesus said we ought to love God with these three parts. I want to go back to that. Our body, of course, is our physical part, with which we contact physical things through our five senses and express our inward parts. I don't want to skip over the body because the body is very important. Because the body expresses how a person's feeling, how they feeling. It expresses their thoughts, even if the mouth is saying one thing. The reaction of the body does not lie. It's very important to understand that. When you see somebody shifting, you see somebody looking away, you see somebody looking down at the ground, they won't look you in the eye when they're trying to tell you something. That's the body telling you, hey, they're lying to you. They're trying to mislead you. They're telling you a falsehood. We cannot lie because through our eyes, through our hands, through our smells. If you smell something foul, people can tell. Why? Because you curl your nose up. You can't hide that. Somebody's going to catch you. You said I didn't stink. Well, why you curl your nose up? No, I didn't. You don't want it now. No, I'm not. Look. See, I'm not going to have it. Your body expresses what's on your mind, your emotional state, and what's in your spirit. Do you have the glow? A lot of people laugh when I say it. I ain't talking about the Hypro glow with the Doug food from the 70s. I'm talking about, do you have the glow? The glow is not just a light, but it's a light that shines from your body. You mostly see it in your eyes. When it's on, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. When your spirit is activated, people can actually look at you and know it's something different about you. Like, you look different today. What's going on here? You have a confidence. You have a sense of power. Like somebody that's being bullied and you give them a gun and they go outside and they're like, yeah, mess with me now. You got that power. People can see it. But to get that, you have to activate your Holy Spirit. I tried to explain that the other day. People kept saying, you're broke. I got the Holy Spirit. You can't buy that. You have to earn it. If you out seeking all this drama, you don't have it. Once again, if you could sell poison to the people around you, people that you see every day, and know what it does to them, you don't have it. There's no way you could do that and then say, yeah, I got the Holy Spirit. You can't do that. You can't go around putting links in chats to start beefs, to get people to argue and fight. You can't say you got the Spirit and do that.
Let it
You
cool
are
down.
rationalizing again. Rationalization is going to put so many people in hell. It's ridiculous. The Lord Jesus said we are to love God with these three parts. That is, with our whole being. This is a strong yet mysterious commandment. 1 Peter 1:8 says, whom having not seen, you love, into whom, though not seeing him at present, yet believing, you exalt with joy that is unspeakable and full of glory. How can we love someone we haven't seen? And how do we love God with all our whole heart, our whole soul, our whole mind, and our whole strength? Do we even have this ability? Let's take a look at how we love God wholly and absolutely with each part of our being. Let me check the chat real quick because I asked y'all a question earlier and I wanted to give somebody a chance to answer it. I didn't know they were going to cover this, but that make it even better. Did anybody? Okay, come on, y'all. Somebody answer the question. Because the verse I just read covers that. Ghost dog, you're close. That's not the answer I'm looking for, but you got it. But it's not just the air, but what about the air? You really don't feel air unless the wind. Have you ever seen the wind? You're right when you say air, but it's the air being wound up. Tony said he should be home in 5 minutes, but he got it from the car. The wind. He said he can't type. The wind is something you can't see. But he's right, you can't see air either. But you feel it. You see the flags blue, you feel it on your face, you see the flags moving. You feel it cold in the wintertime, in the summertime it's a cool breeze. You've never seen the wind before, but you know it's there. You can say, I've never seen God of Jesus. But if you get to know them, even though you can't see them, you will feel them.